And welcome back to Daily Wrap. Presidential hopeful, his name is Donald Trump, continues to make good with Fox News. Last night he joined Bill O'Reilly to discuss a plethora of issues. Bill's first question, the migrant crisis in Europe.
It's a serious problem. We haven't seen anything like it since the Second World War, and it's getting worse and worse. And I was actually impressed in one way, but surprised that Merkel in Germany allowed this to happen, because they're really flowing through all over Europe. And if you notice, Russia's not taking and China's not taking. I wonder, where all these people are coming from exactly, and what are they representing? Because do you have people from ISIS in that group? There's a lot of security risk with it.
It's amazing. He has this red tie thing every time. It's like Bibi Netanyahu only wears a blue tie. He only wears a red tie. I've never seen another tie in this man.
Trump image, man.
Yes. Next, O'Reilly brought up migrants coming to the United States.
Do you object to migrants who are getting out of the Middle East and North Africa? Do you object to them coming to the USA?
I hate the concept of it, but on a humanitarian basis with what's happening, you have to. This was started by President Obama when he didn't go in and do the job when he should have, when he drew the line in the sand, which turned out to be a very artificial line. But, it's living in hell in Syria.
Seventh circle of hell. Okay, John Fund. Mr. Trump would bring in migrants, or at least he would accept them in the United States, given his stance on immigration. Are you surprised by this?
No, he never said how many. He never said when. And he never said he was going to change his mind next week.
But he also never said...
It's the same old Donald Trump.
There
are no specifics, ever.
He also never mentioned that some of them could theoretically be terrorists.
But he hates the concept.
Although in reality, they probably wouldn't.
Depends how much he hates the concept.
They're mostly Syrian middle class, and not too many middle class tend to fall into the terrorist category.
True. Noah?
Well, I guess this is somewhat surprising, because I expected him to backtrack when he found out that he was to the right, or to the left, I suppose, of some of his competitors in the nomination race. He's actually not far off base as far as policy goes here. The United States takes in about 70,000 refugees per year. We've taken about 5,000 from Syria. A lot of these migrants are from Syria, but not all of them. Quite a bit of them are from Eritrea, and they're escaping poverty and authoritarianism. We're facing a migration crisis now that has to do with the whole region. It's not just Syria, and we have a vetting process here. So if he actually researches this,
not a very effective one, unfortunately.
No, not at all. But we do this, and we do it rather effectively. We've been doing it since World War II. So this is not something that we're unfamiliar with.
Okay, please come prepared to the show.
There was one thing though that nobody seems to be paying attention to, because they were so surprised by what he said. Listen, we can all blame Obama for his red line that he didn't follow, and people have some great arguments as to why he was wrong, why he was right. But that's not the reason that this happened. This started in big numbers long before the red line situation. This is the result of the Civil War. Has nothing to do with the red line. So, he takes a step forward and then he completely misstates history and the realities, and that doesn't impress me when it comes to knowledge of foreign policy.
Rick, you're going to make us defend Donald Trump.
Yes, Donald was then asked about.
Because of that.
Gotta really move on.
The red line was set less than a year after the Civil War started.
I understand, but that his failure to follow through on it was not what caused this problem.
It certainly didn't help the situation. Can we agree on that?
It didn't have an impact on the situation.
I think it did. Okay, Donald was then asked about BLM, Black Lives Matter.
I think they're trouble. I think they're looking for trouble. I looked at a couple of the people that were interviewed from the group. I saw them with hate coming down the street last week, talking about cops and police and what should be done to them, and that was not good. And I think it's a disgrace that they're getting away with it. I think it's disgraceful the way they're being catered to by the Democrats, and it's going to end up kicking them where. I don't think it's going to end up good. The fact is, all lives matter. That includes black, and it includes white, and it includes everybody else.
Can't wait to see Black Lives Matter at the next Trump event. That will be an interesting confrontation. Be like Jorge Ramos times, 1,000.
And he'll have security guards there.
True.
He does have the...
I do want to touch on something real quick. You said at the top of the show that Trump is surprising you in a positive way. Does that include the fact that he wants to tax the rich? And obviously the migrant situation, do you think he's going to the center?
Yes,
is he
it's
going
that.
anywhere?
He set aside the actual positions, okay? And that maybe I like them.
They will change.
Maybe, well, they will change. But what he's doing, it's like he's figured out that he can't become president with the right-wing base. He can't. But if you start expanding that out to the independents, that can have a really serious impact. I think what's happening is Trump is starting to realize, hey, I actually could win this nomination. And he's starting to become a politician, as we said earlier.
There is some strategy there, no question about it. The question is, if he starts going to the left on some of these issues, or at least to the center, does he risk losing those people that support him from the right? He'll just change back.
Depends on the audience, right?
Look, he's a genius at this. I just wish he were more consistent.
Okay. Well, do you think Donald Trump can sustain his momentum and win the nomination? Go to newsmaxtv.com/comments and let us know. And be sure to get your copy of Ben Carson's book, One Nation. It's absolutely free. All you have to do is pay the $4.95 to cover the cost of shipping. Call 1-800-655-7567, 1-800-655-7567, or visit newsmax.com/Ben right now. Up next, we have the latest on the Iran deal. Please stay tuned.